Hello, my friends. I am Dr. Yonde, urologist and specialist in men's health and intimacy. If this is your first time here, welcome. Subscribe now and join a growing community of men who are choosing to take control of their health, their confidence, and their vitality with science and respect, not with gimmicks or shame. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever stood in front of the mirror and thought to yourself, why doesn't this work the way it used to? You are not alone. I hear this from men every single week. They tell me, Doctor, I used to feel unstoppable. I used to last longer. I used to have that fire. And now they feel as if it's slipping away. What I always remind them is this: you are not failing, you are adapting. Your body at 50, 60, or 70 has different needs than your body at 25. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. The wisdom of biology telling you to change the way you care for yourself. And one of the most overlooked, natural, and powerful tools you have to support stamina and erections is food. Yes, what you put on your plate every day quietly decides how you will feel in the bedroom. At the center of this conversation is a food most men ignore, but it holds a hidden gift: the humble beet. That dark red root you may have dismissed at family dinners is actually a powerhouse of natural compounds that support circulation and stamina. Why does this matter so much? Because sexual stamina is not just mental, it is biological. Erections, endurance, climax, all of these depend on blood flow, oxygen delivery, hormone balance, and nerve sensitivity. Beets are loaded with natural nitrates. Once inside your body, these nitrates convert into nitric oxide, one of the most important molecules for male sexual function. Nitric oxide relaxes and widens your blood vessels. Think of it as turning narrow, stiff pipes into flexible hoses. More blood flows through, more oxygen reaches your tissues, and your body responds with strength and clarity. Without nitric oxide, nothing works the way it should. With it, everything feels alive again. This is why I call beets nature's performance enhancer. Unlike synthetic pills, they don't force your system. They support it. They don't create a short-term trick. They nourish the foundation: your circulation, your nerves, your hormones. When men add beets or beet juice to their routine, they often describe it as a quiet fire returning. Not a sudden explosion, but a steady warmth that grows week by week. Stronger morning erections, more reliable firmness during intimacy, a calmer confidence, and the benefits go beyond the bedroom. Nitric oxide supports your heart by lowering blood pressure, helps your brain by improving memory and mental clarity, and gives you more energy during the day. In fact, athletes have used beet juice for years to improve endurance because it makes muscles more efficient. So when you drink a glass of beet juice or eat a beet salad, you're not just helping your performance at night, you're boosting your vitality 24 hours a day. Let me give you an example. A man in his late 50s came to me frustrated. He said, Doctor, I start strong, but halfway through I lose firmness. I feel embarrassed and I'm avoiding intimacy. He had no serious medical condition, but his diet was poor and he rarely exercised. I told him to make one small change: drink beet juice 3 times a week and walk every evening for 20 minutes. After a month, he came back smiling. He said, Doctor, I feel alive again. His morning erections returned, his stamina improved, and most importantly, his confidence with his partner was back. Now, maybe you don't like the taste of beets. That's fine. There is another natural way to boost nitric oxide: citrulline. And one of the richest natural sources of citrulline is watermelon, specifically the rind. Citrulline works along the same nitric oxide pathway, improving blood flow and erection quality. Of course, eating enough watermelon to reach clinical doses would be difficult. That's why concentrated watermelon extract supplements are so practical. They deliver effective doses of citrulline in a single capsule. Many men in their 50s and 60s use this daily and notice a real difference in their energy, stamina, and reliability. Some also combine it with other natural ingredients like icarian, tonkat ali, fenugreek, and nettle root. Together, these herbs support testosterone balance, circulation, and prostate comfort. I always remind men, supplements are not shortcuts. They are allies. They work best when combined with healthy habits. Sleep, movement, nutrition, those are the foundation. Supplements simply strengthen the structure. Now let's take a step deeper and talk about why circulation and nitric oxide are so important for erections. Erections are essentially a hydraulic event. Blood enters the penis through arteries, fills the erectile tissue, and is then trapped by the surrounding muscles. The stronger the blood flow, the firmer the erection. The weaker the flow, the less reliable it becomes. As men age, blood vessels stiffen and narrow. This is not just about intimacy, it's also about heart disease, stroke risk, and overall vitality. Erectile issues are often the first warning sign of vascular disease. In fact, erectile difficulties can appear 3 to 5 years before a heart attack. That's why paying attention to circulation now is not only about your sex life, it's about your life, period. Another man I saw in his early 60s came complaining of weaker erections. When we tested him, we discovered high blood pressure and early diabetes. He had no idea. By addressing those conditions with diet, exercise, and natural supports like beets and citrulline, not only did his erections improve, but we reduced his risk of a heart attack. This is why I say your penis is not just for pleasure, it's a barometer of your health. Listen to it. But let's not ignore the psychological side. Many men, when they notice changes, immediately feel shame. They think, I'm failing. I'm not the man I used to be. That shame often leads them to avoid intimacy altogether. But what if you reframed it? What if you saw it not as failure, but as feedback? Your body is telling you something. It's saying, adapt, improve circulation, support your hormones, reduce stress. With the right care, your body can respond again. Communication with your partner is also vital. Too many men hide their struggles. They pretend everything is fine until the moment comes, and then the pressure destroys confidence. But when you explain, when you say, this is what's happening and here's what I'm doing about it, the pressure lifts. Your partner understands. The anxiety decreases. And ironically, that honesty alone often makes erections more reliable. Intimacy is not just physical, it's emotional. Confidence grows when both are aligned. Now, how can you practically integrate beets and citrulline into your life? Keep it simple. Roast beets with olive oil and herbs. Blend them into a smoothie with lemon and berries. Drink a small glass of beet juice in the afternoon instead of coffee. For citrulline, consider a high-quality supplement made from watermelon extract. You don't need perfection. 3 to 4 servings of beets a week in a daily citrulline capsule are enough to build momentum. Pair that with a 20-minute walk, strength training twice a week, and consistent sleep. And you will notice a transformation in weeks, not years. Let me share one more patient story. A man in his 70s came to me convinced his intimate life was over. He said, "Doctor, I don't think I can anymore." But when we introduced these small habits, beet juice, citrulline, daily walking, better sleep, within 3 months, he reported not only better erections, but a surprising return of desire. He told me, "Doctor, I feel like I'm 20 years younger." Not because he reversed time, but because he gave his body what it needed at his age. So, my friends, the message is simple. You are not fading, you are adapting. What your body asks for at 50 or 60 is different from what it needed at 25. Listen to those signals, respect them, support your body with circulation, oxygen, nutrients, and rest. Add beets to your plate. Consider citrulline if you want extra support. Move daily, sleep deeply, reduce stress. When you do these things consistently, your body responds. Erections improve, stamina returns, and confidence rises, quietly, steadily, naturally. And let me remind you, struggling in the bedroom is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of health needing attention. You are not past your prime. You are entering a new chapter, one that can be even more fulfilling than the one before, if you choose to adapt. If this video gave you clarity or encouragement, subscribe now. Join this community of men who are rewriting the story of aging, not with fear, but with strength. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we are proving that vitality is possible at any age. I am Dr. Yonde. Thank you for your trust. Take care of your health, and I will see you very soon in the next video.